I no be Efundem. We be twins. I beg, I promise you we'll be harmless. Mami Teresa's eyes widened like calabashes. Her scream sliced the market in half. Na twin, una kill him. Kill him! They bounced on Besem like she was a snake amongst chickens. She screamed for her sister. She begged the ancestors. She ran like the wind was chasing her. And there she saw her other half, body broken. Efundem didn't scream. She just fell beside her sister's corpse and wept like the sky itself had died. It was by this river, in a mossy abandoned mud hut, that a woman named Mbengeta hid her sin, or what the village would have called one, for she had given birth to twins. And in those days, twins were not a blessing in Bayangiland. They were Obanje spirits, witches, demons reborn to torment their mothers. One was to be killed. If you bury a secret in water, pray the river never dries. In the shadowed heart of Manu, near the whispering fringes of the forest where the trees bowed like mourners and the sun rarely danced, there flowed a river blacker than night. The elders called it Efundem, the river of spirits. They say even fish refuse to swim in its cursed waters, and those who dared drink from it heard voices in their dreams. It was by this river, in a mossy abandoned mud hut, that a woman named Mbengeta hid her sin, or what the village would have called one, for she had given birth to twins. And in those days, twins were not a blessing in Bayangiland. They were Obanje spirits, witches, demons reborn to torment their mothers. One was to be killed. That was the custom. To defy it was to spit in the face of the ancestors. But Mbengeta, a widow and midwife herself, could not find it in her heart to choose between her daughters. Under the thick breath of midnight, with the wind howling like a banshee through the forest, she wrapped her newborns in banana leaves and fled. She named them Efundem and Besem, and the three of them disappeared into the shadows of the black river hut. They lived like ghosts. The forest fed them, birds sang lullabies, the river listened but did not speak. Efundem and Besem grew into bright, sharp girls with thick black hair, eyes like forest fire, and a connection deeper than words. They spoke in whispers, laughed in rhythms, and could feel each other's hunger, sorrow or joy from across a room. Two halves of one soul, but there were rules. Only one twin could go out at a time, and they must always answer to the name Efundem, the firstborn, the one the village believed to be alive. To the world, Besem never existed. There was only one flaw in this perfect disguise. Efundem had a dark mark on her right hand, shaped like the crescent moon. Besem did not. For 10 years, they shared life like actors swapping roles in a long, dangerous play. When one left, the other stayed behind in silence. Their mother kept watch, always watching, until on their 12th birthday, Mama Mbengeta coughed blood. By the 3rd moon, she was gone. She died in the same bed she gave birth on, whispering her final plea. "Don't let them find out. One must live for both." It was a bright, beauty Tuesday in Mambo Market. The grinding machine screamed, smoke from grilled fish choked the air, women bargained with tongues sharper than blades, life moved like a stampede. Besem, wrapped in her sister's old wrapper, walked through the crowd holding a calabash. She had practiced Efundem's walk, her speech, her silence, but she had forgotten to hide her hand. When she reached Mami Teresa's stall to buy fufu, the old woman squinted. "Efundem," she said, "who say your mark? That black one way there for your hand since we they born you." Besem rose. The calabash trembled. Sweat ran down her neck like oil. Mommy, abeg calm down, no vex. Abeg. My name na Besem. I no be Efundem. We be twins. Abeg, I promise you we'll be harmless. Mommy Teresa's eyes widened like calabashes. Her scream sliced the market in half. Tamandeme, na twin, una kill am, na obanje pikin, kill am. Within few minutes, the market exploded into fury. Men with machetes, boys with stones, women with brooms. They bounced on Besem like she was a snake amongst chickens. She screamed for her sister. She begged the ancestors, but the law of the land was older than mercy. When the dust settled, Besem's blood ran like delicious soup down the fingers of a hungry man. Efundem felt it. She was fetching firewood when her chest tightened like a fist. The air turned cold. The birds stopped singing. Something inside her broke. She ran. She ran like the wind was chasing her. Past the farms, past the trees, into the heart of the screaming crowd. And there she saw her other half. Eyes wide open, body broken, blood painting the earth. Efundem didn't scream. She just fell beside her sister's corpse and wept like the sky itself had died. They had promised, no matter what, we will never separate. But death had a cruel tongue. Besem was buried in the bush near Sunjem, unblessed, unprayed for, unwanted, a grave with no name, a life erased. But Efundem, she was not alone. That night, as the crickets sang and frogs wept in the river, a voice came through the window like wind wrapped in tears. Efundem, trust my sleep. It was Besem's voice, soft, cold, deliberate. Efundem hid under her raffia mat. She stuffed her ears, she bit her lips to keep from answering, but every night the voice returned. Efundem, na me. Cody do me, open door make I enter. Sometimes it cried, sometimes it laughed, sometimes it sang lullabies the both used to sing. The days brought no comfort, only eyes. Accusing eyes. Children stopped playing with her. Neighbors crossed the road when she passed. One woman spat on her shadow. Witch pikin. They hissed. You for even die with your twin sister self. She went to the stream and the water refused her reflection. She spoke and even the voice sounded foreign. She was a ghost among the living. Efundem tried to silence the cries. She poured salt at the door. She bathed with garlics. She burnt leaf and chanted prayers. But Besem still came. Efundem be your blood. You forget our promise. You live because I die. Don't forget me. And then, one night, the voice changed. It wasn't begging anymore. It was angry. Efundem! You don't love me again? Open door make I enter house. The window banged open, the fire blew out, the hot turned to ice. Efundem, dress make I sleep. Efundem stood, tears on her face, her hands trembling. Every single day that kissed the earth, Efundem changed. Her laughter died, her skin darkened like the bark of a dead tree, her eyes hollow, even her shadows began to move before her. Some nights, the villagers heard her screaming from the hut. Other times, it was laughter. Two voices laughing, not one. A strange harmony that didn't belong in the world of the living. Then, the animals began to die. Chickens were found twisted with broken necks outside her door. Goats gave birth to stillborns. The river near her hut flooded red for 2 days. Fish floated belly up like blotted corpses. The villagers whispered. She let the twin spirit in. She speaks to the dead. They speak together. One midnight, the village chief, Fontabeyang, called a secret council. They burnt pepper, kola nuts, and bark from the Ewung tree. They called on Ngamjungu, the ancestral spirit of justice. They asked, "What should we do with the girl who sleeps with ghosts?" The flames cracked, the kola burst. A voice like thunder whispered through the smoke.
"You spilled innocent blood. Now the twin spirit walks. She is neither dead nor alive. If you touch her again, you touch death itself."
That night, Efundem slept and she dreamt. She stood by Besem's grave, barefoot and white. The trees were bent like old women. The sky was grey. From the river, a figure rose, soaked, shivering, pale. It was Besem, but her eyes were black pits. Her mouth stretched too wide. Her arms were thin like dry branches.
"I dey wait you since,"
she said softly.
"You dey delay. Efundem cold to me. Efundem are the cold."
Efundem opened her arms. Besem ran into her. They embraced, but Besem's body was ice. When they touched, Efundem's hand cracked like glass. Blood poured from her eyes. She woke up screaming. The window was wide open again, and the wind carried a faint voice. "Efundem, Efundem, dress marsley." By the third moon after Besem's death, Mambo changed. Children fell sick without fever. The grinding machines jammed. Smoke from the fish fires refused to rise. Dreams turned black. People saw twins dancing from afar, covered in blood, holding calabashes full of tears. A woman named Tata Oben, who had helped beat Besem at the market, was found dead in a hut, her face frozen in terror with Obanje scratched into her door with fingernails. Another man, Papambi, who sharpened the killing spear, went blind after dreaming of the twins walking into the house, leaving footprints on fire. The village elders tried to cleanse the land. They slaughtered goats, poured libations, and burnt Besem's grave. But every night, the wind still whispered, "Efundem, Efundem, Kodidobi, dress marsley. Open door for me." The sky turned blood red. The forest howled. Dogs barked at empty spaces. Mirrors cracked in people's homes. And in the hut by Efundem knelt shivering beside her mother's grave. Her hands were tied with red thread. Her eyes were closed, her lips dry. She had written her sister's name in charcoal on every wall. She wore their childhood wrapper, the one Mama Bengeta made when they were born. And she said,
"Besem, I no fit again,"
she whispered.
"Can make we go. Can't take me. We be talk say we no go ever separate. Besem can carry me go."
The door creaked open. The smell of river rot filled the room. The footsteps weird and slow. A cold finger touched her shoulder.
"Efundem, I don't come."
Efundem turned. Besem's ghost stood there, eyes like coal, mouth dripping mud, hair clinging like roots.
"Make we sleep,"
Besem said to Efundem, and Efundem nodded, tears falling like rain. She laid down, pulled half the wrapper over herself and the other half over her sister's corpse. They hugged. And then the wind died, the frogs went silent, and the black river sang. They say no one found Efundem's body. Only a calabash filled with black water and twin footsteps leading into Efundem. Now, every year, on the night of their death, the villagers hear it. the cry, "Dress make us sleep." And the elders teach the children a new proverb: "If you kill one twin, the other will bring deathbed." So when twins are born now in Mambo village, they are wrapped in white and blessed with red earth. No one dares spill their blood again, because the river remembers, and the twins still walk.
Please subscribe to watch more of our videos. Thank you.